All right, you guys, welcome to the January 10th What is Coaching call. I'm so excited to chat with you guys, and I cannot believe that it is 2020 and that I have literally been a virtual health coach for over a decade, you guys. I feel like it kind of went really fast, honestly. I look back at when I signed up back in 2009, and I feel, like I said, I feel like it's completely flown by because I truly have loved what I've done as a coach and what it's been able to do for our family, and the fact that I can pay this forward and help other people do that as well. If you guys don't know me, my name's Meg Kozlowski, and like I said, I signed up as a coach back in 2009. I had just graduated with my degree in nutrition, and the dream was to go on and become a registered dietitian, but unfortunately I did not get into a dietetic internship. I moved back home with my parents and kind of figured out what was my plan B. And plan B was to go back to get my master's in public health nutrition. And very quickly I realized that master's in public health nutrition was not what I wanted to do, but I kind of felt like I was being forced to finish it, because not only did that hold off my loans that were starting to roll in. If you guys have student debt, you know how fun that is when you don't have a job. So it kind of held that off, but also I didn't know what I wanted to do. And I was being pursued by the YMCA to become a exercise manager. And they wanted me to finish my degree, my master's in public health nutrition, in order to have that position. So I was kind of forced towards that. And little did I know that when I got into that job, I was not really going to enjoy it. And we'll get into that in a second. But before I signed up as a coach, you guys, I knew a lot about nutrition and fitness. I just wasn't walking the walk that I was talking. I was struggling. I have thyroid issues, so it's a little different when you have thyroid issues when it comes to losing weight and exercising and sort of like little things like that. And I wasn't focusing on the right ways to do things. I was struggling with a couple of eating disorders and, comparing my body to everyone else's body and thinking that it was one size fits all. And like I said, I knew a lot about exercise. I had taught exercise classes, but when I moved back home with my parents, I didn't have enough money to have a gym membership. Little did I have any time to go to the gym because I was going to get my master's and working a job and doing all these different things. And that's when, late one night, I saw an infomercial for a program called Turbo Jam. And I convinced my mom to buy it for me and do it with me. And within a couple weeks, her and I both fell in love with the fact that we could do it from home, the fact that we could do it together, and that it was actually really fun. And for the first time, because I did teach exercise classes, I had someone else telling me what to do in the workouts, and I could kind of just zone out and enjoy the workout. And I started to see results. I started to pay attention to the nutrition aspect and doing it the right way with the nutrition plan that came with it. And I found my coach, Janelle Summers, who's actually in the workouts for Turbo Jam. And her and I worked together. She was that support and accountability piece that I'd been missing because, I was 22 years old. A lot of my friends were getting their first full-time jobs. They were still in kind of that party mode where they didn't really want to focus too much on their health. And I was kind of the oddball that wanted to be able to dive into that aspect of it. So having my coach and having her accountability groups was the missing link in my own health and fitness journey. And I started to see results, and I started to feel really good, and people started to ask me what I was doing. And I never thought I could do what I saw my coach doing, which is so funny, you guys. We all have these limiting beliefs, and maybe you have, not maybe, I'm sure you do. Because if you're on this call or you're watching the recording, you're interested in coaching, right? But there's something holding you back from actually taking that leap to do it. And that was me. I had heard about becoming a Beachbody coach many times, you guys, and I kept pushing it off because I did not see myself being a coach like the coaches that I saw. I didn't have, my limiting beliefs were I didn't have my ish together at all. I was only 22 years old. I wasn't super fit, so I couldn't be a great coach. I thought, I can't walk the walk. How am I going to help other people, right? I thought I was too young. I thought that I didn't have time, which is so funny because now I am busier than I've ever been in my entire life, with having 2 children and a husband and a full-time career with coaching and all this kind of stuff. And things are just flowing. Okay. Like it all just kind of like works together. I'm not saying it's easy, but it kind of flows together. So, I'm busier than ever, but having a blast doing it. So I thought I was way too busy at the time. I didn't have the money to become a coach. You know, I thought like I was going to have to spend tons of money to be successful in this business, which is not the case as well. And we'll get into that at the end. And then I didn't want to push products on my friends and family. That was probably the number one thing that was really holding me back from going into coaching and giving it my all, because I did sign up in 2009 as kind of a discount coach. I was like, you know what? I love the atmosphere. I love the journey. I can help people here and there, but I don't want to make it something big. Even though in the back of my head, I truly did. I wanted the lifestyle that I saw my coach Janelle having, but I didn't think I could do it because I thought I was going to have to push products on people. And let me tell you guys, the successful coaches in this business, they're not pushing anything, you guys. Our jobs as coaches are to show people that this opportunity is out there. And if they have a reason for wanting this in their life, maybe you want to be home with your babies. Maybe you want a career that you love. Maybe you want a side hustle that, you know, provides a little bit of income but holds you accountable to your own health and fitness journey. Whatever it is, okay, this coaching thing can do that. And the people who are being successful are not pushing. Okay, so I expressed those concerns to my coach, and she told me, Meg, you're already sticking to your journey. So if you're someone who is like, oh, I'm not in my journey, coaching helps you stick to your journey. It's that extra accountability piece. A lot of coaches that come into my team are just starting out from day one in their career, in their accountability piece of their journey. And by sharing it publicly, which I know is so scary, you guys, but saying, I'm going to show up and do this every single day, it really does give you that extra accountability piece, right? Because people are going to say, hey, I didn't see you post this day, or hey, your posts really inspire me. And then that keeps you continuing on and on, right? So you stick to your own journey and you share it publicly. You're not going to be perfect, but it's all about just sharing, okay? As you see results and people start asking you what you're doing, you're able to naturally talk to them about it, especially if they start supporting you in your social media posts. I remember the first time I posted, you know, a fitness type post on my social media, and I did, you know, I posted and I like ran the other way, right? Like I'm so scared. And I had people who I never thought would support me. And they started to watch me, and all of a sudden they were interested in trying out the workouts with me. And I was able to be that coach that invited them to join me and helped them get results. Okay. So the next thing is just inviting people who could use this in their life, right? Which obviously you could use it in your life or you wouldn't be watching or listening to this, okay? And then help them get the results so they can go on to pay it forward and help other people. So how do we help people get results? We have things called challenge groups. You can call them virtual boot camps. You can call them virtual health and fitness groups, challenge groups. You'll see tons of different terms, you guys, but basically it's a virtual community for you to not only have the workouts, the nutrition, but also the support from your coach and other people on their journeys too every single day, because life happens, right? Like we get sick, or we have to go on vacation, or our kid gets sick, or we just fall off, right? Because we're struggling in the nutrition piece. That accountability group and your coach are the ones that help you get back on track and learn how to turn this into a sustainable life. And so when she told me, okay, that's the next piece, and you help those people get results, and then if they fall in love with the products the way that you fall in love with them, then they can become a coach too, and either turn this into kind of like a side hustle or a full-time thing like you want to do. And it just keeps duplicating. And it's crazy, you guys, because I thought that is so freaking simple. Like, how can that turn into a multi-million-dollar earning business? It can, you guys, because you have to trust the process. And as long as you are being proof the products work and truly helping other people and pouring into them and helping them get results, then, like I said, it continues to duplicate in the right way. So I held off on building this business, like I told you guys, for about 2 years after I signed up. I signed up a year and a half, 2 years. I signed up in 2009, but 2011 was the real turning point, because I had been kind of a discount coach. I loved the products. I was getting the 25% discount on everything and kind of slowly watching what other people were doing while I was still doing the workouts and I was still seeing results and helping people here and there. But I saw some people come into the business that had even more reasons to not be successful than I do. Like they didn't have a transformation. They were already fit, right? Or no weight to lose. Or they lived in a small town up in Michigan. I'm thinking of my friend Mindy. Or, they had no time because they had 4 or 5 children and they were making this business work and they were quitting their full-time jobs and they were paying off debt and they were bringing their spouses home from work or from their full-time job and just all these different things, you guys. And I seriously could not get over myself because I was like, wait a second, all these people are doing these amazing things and you're holding yourself back from something so powerful, Megan, something that could completely change your life. And I was working one of those weekend shifts at, I worked at the local YMCA as their exercise manager. And one of the things that we had to do was each take a weekend shift per month. And I was at that weekend shift, scrolling through newsfeed, like not really doing any work. Because if you have a full-time job, how many times do you pull up your phone and you're looking at Instagram or Facebook? And I had just started dating my husband at the time. And he was, we rarely saw each other because he was going for his doctorate in physical therapy. And I was, working this full-time job and also finishing up my master's. And I remember thinking, this is what life is supposed to be like. Like, this is what I went to school for, like to sit here and like not really work and sit on my phone and look at what everyone else is doing. And I kept seeing these coaches posts pop up about how they were at home working their businesses and they were going on these crazy trips. And I caught myself rolling my eyes, thinking like, good for them, right? And it was like I caught myself mid-roll because I'm like, wait a second, these are normal people. Like, these are normal people that are just getting over themselves, which I haven't been able to do, and doing something about being unhappy, right? Like they were taking their life by their hands and saying, I'm going to do something about this, right? Like I am going to change the things that I'm unsatisfied in my life about, right? And so it didn't happen overnight, you guys, but it was like, that was the turning point for me. And I said, you know what, I'm going all in. So I reached out to my upline coach, Janelle, and I said, I don't know what I have to do, but tell me exactly what to do and I'm going to listen. And I became that coachable coach that every time she told me to do something, I took it and I said, I'm going to take this and I'm going to 10x it. So you tell me to, invite 3 people, I'm going to invite 20. And I just kept going, you guys. And it was about a year and a half after making that decision that day at work that I walked away from that full-time job. And now, coming in May, which May is going to be here in no time, you guys, it's going to be 8 years of being a full-time coach, which is like, are you kidding? Like now it's just my normal every day. But when I take myself back to that time of how unhappy I was and knowing that there's people out there that are still in that kind of mindset, I want to be able to shake you and say like 8 years are going to fly by and you can either decide, you know what, I'm going to do something about it and change it right now, or still be sitting in that same spot that you're at right now 8 years from now, right? So like I said, it didn't happen overnight. It didn't happen without sacrifice, but I'll tell you, I truly did enjoy what I was doing when I started focusing on virtual health coaching. The full-time job I was working, I was passionless, I was unfulfilled, I was overworked, and I was definitely underpaid. Definitely underpaid. I remember the first time I heard my coach say that she was making in a week what I was making in a year at my full-time job. And I was like, what? Like, what am I doing right now? Like, why am I not changing that? So since making that decision back in March of 2011, you guys, to go all in with this virtual health coaching thing and just give it my all, we've been able to pay off close to $500,000 in debt. Okay, so that's an accumulation of our student debts. My husband went for his doctorate in physical therapy. I went for my master's in public health nutrition as well as our undergrads and everything. We've been able to pay off the first mortgage on our first house that we moved into in 2013, the mortgage on our house that we built in 2016. Our cars are paid off in cash. Our kids are set for college. I have 2 little ones. I have a little boy who just turned 7 months and a daughter who is 4. Oh, that's crazy. It's crazy to think about that, you guys. Like, stop growing babies. I've been able to, with this business, we've been able to become completely financially stable, which is crazy to me. Insert Beachbody disclaimer, where, Beachbody does not promise any kind of income. You have to work for it. And the things that I'm most excited about at this point with this business, you guys, is being able to help other women take control of their life and be able to do those things as well, and to pay it back to my family. This March 2020, we are taking my family, so my nieces, my nephews, my sisters and their husbands, and my parents and our family, we're going to Disney World together. And I'm able to say, you know what? Let me pay for it. We're paying for the house that we're staying in. We're paying for the tickets so that they're able to just get themselves down there and have an amazing experience and memory. Because, guys, life never slows down, okay? And when I look back at it, I'm like, you know what? There's so many memories that I could have missed out on. And there's so many memories in the future that I don't want to miss out on and that I want to be able to create for my family. And if the only thing that's holding us back is financial type stuff, I'm willing to work hard so that we're able to have those memories, right? So I'm also able to have the time freedom to be around my children throughout the day. I wish I could tell you that it was a very pleasant experience right before I hopped on this call. I was like, oh my gosh, like my son was screaming because his oatmeal had just finished, and he loves to eat. And if you have a baby, you probably know this feeling, right? Like as soon as that last bite, they're like, there's no more food, right? Like, so he's screaming at me, and my daughter's dancing around in her ballet outfit. But you know what? Good and bad, I don't have to miss out on those things, right? Because I'm able to work from home and I'm able to take those times to help my husband deal with the kids, but we're able to be there together, right? I'm also able to, even 9 years later, say I still love what I do. I don't have to work because I need a paycheck, because at this point I can literally walk away from the business and be good. But I work because I love this business. I love this business. I love the company. I love that it stands for helping people create sustainable health, lifelong healthy habits, right? Like that's what I love. We're not looking to get people skinny or lose a ton of weight or fads or anything. Like truly help you create a lifelong sustainable lifestyle for you and your family. That's what I love about this business and what helps me continue to show up every single time. So guys, think about it. If you have been thinking about something and there's something in your life that you're unhappy about right now, okay? So I want you to think about where you're at in your life right now, okay? Like we all have different things going on. If you're wanting more time with your children and your spouse, coaching can give that to you if you're willing to work for it, okay? It's not just going to happen. You have to work for it, which honestly I love. Are you wanting more accountability on your own health and fitness journey? Coaching can help you with that if you're willing to work for it. Are you wanting to take your family on a trip to Disney World and have it all paid off, right, with this business, or maybe another trip to Italy or something, you guys? Coaching can help you do that if you're willing to work for it. Are you wanting to be debt-free and take some financial stress off of your family? I have so many conversations with friends who are either in this business right now working towards financial freedom, or for some reason are not coaching, because I know coaching is not for everyone. But the fights that I hear are financial things, right? There's a lot of fights about finances. And this business can help you get that off your plate if you're willing to work for it, you guys. Are you looking for a career that you're actually excited about? I think back to where I was in 2011. And I wasn't really stressed out about the finances because I was young and naive and not really realizing that, oops, debt sucks. I was more focused on the fact that I was really unhappy with my job and I wanted something that I was excited about, that I could truly put my heart and soul into, because I like to hustle. I like to have something that I'm purposefully driven towards, right? And this business can be that for you. It can be that vehicle to not only give you a career that you love, but maybe there's other things that you want to do, but you don't have the freedom, the time freedom, or the financial freedom, or whatever to do that. This business can do that for you. Whatever you have in your heart right now, right now, okay, that's tugging on your heartstrings and preventing you from having that dream life that we see like other people portraying on social media, coaching can help you do it, but you have to be willing to work for it. Okay, so what can you expect from our team? So with our team, we just celebrated our 8th year of being an elite team. So you are going to be put on a team where people are doing the things, like people are quitting their full-time jobs, people are paying off the debt, people are taking the trips, people are doing the things that they want to do, because we're all plugged in together and we have systems in place to help you succeed. Okay, so you're going to have support one-on-one from the upline, the coach that invited you on to this video chat, as well as me. Okay, so you're going to have support all around. Okay, you're going to have access to trainings, tools, tips that have helped us succeed, that we have in place. We are also doing monthly trainings to help you kind of hit the goals that you want in this business, because we know that it's not a one size fits all, right? Like maybe you're someone who doesn't like to travel and you're like, hey, that doesn't really speak to me, I don't want to travel, but I do want to be home with my babies, or I do want to do XYZ. Okay, we'll help you with that. Okay. Support on your own health and fitness journey. So if you are someone who was like me, where it was like you just couldn't stick to the journey, you would start and stop and start and stop and start and stop and go for something drastic, we can help you create that sustainable lifestyle. I mean, I had the degree in nutrition, you guys, and I could not stick to it for the life of me. And I would beat myself up about it. I'm like, gosh, you have all this education. Why are you not putting it into place? Well, I didn't really have that extra accountability. Once I did, I was like, okay, it makes sense, right? Like it makes sense to stick to this, because not only is it helping me be a better mom and wife, but it's also helping me build a business, right? It's all tied together. So how can you guys sign up as a coach? So there's 2 options to sign up as a coach. You either have the $40 sign-up fee, so that covers your first month of websites. So you're probably thinking, what? Okay, so you have a website, like a retail website. So when someone says, Amber, I want to, buy Shakeology from you, you have a website that you can just send them to. They can hop on and order. Beachbody takes care of all of that for you. So when we have new launches, like we just launched Bar Blend about a month ago, and we didn't have to do anything, right? Like they rolled everything out onto your site. You didn't have to do anything. People were able to hop on the minute that it launched because Beachbody took care of all of that for you. It's so nice, you guys, to not have to mess with your website. Believe me, like I'm technological, what do they say? Like I'm not very good with technology. And so thank God they take care of that for me. As soon as you sign up as a coach, all you have to do is slap your picture on there and a little blurb about yourself if you want to, and you're good to go. Okay. The other part of your website is that you have your coach office. So they're kind of connected together, and you're able to go on there and get the 25% discount on all the products if you want to use them, as well as look at where your customers are, if they've ordered, what your commission is. There's trainings in there, like so many different resources that keep you nice and organized. Okay. So that's what the $40 cover. Now, if you buy a challenge pack, you can get that $40 waived, okay? And they range from like $160 to like $350 or something, depending on what you want and what you need, okay? Majority get the $160, but it really depends on what you want. And with that challenge pack, that would waive that $40 sign-up fee and give you access to the workouts and the nutrition and Shakeology or the performance line, something that can get you going so you have that total solution to continue on your health and fitness journey. If you've already bought a challenge pack, you guys, you can waive that $40 and get it reimbursed so that you can, like I said, sign up for free as a coach if you've already bought a challenge pack. Also, ways to get things waived. If you are a veteran from the military, or your spouse or you are active military, you get the monthly fees waived. So what's the monthly fee? The monthly fee is $17, I believe, $17 a month. And so the $40 is your first initial sign up and covers that first month of your websites, right? But then every single month from there, it's $17 to be active as a coach, right? Because they continue to take care of your websites and all that kind of jazz, which is so wonderful. If you are active military spouse, or veteran, they're going to waive that fee for you every single month, which is so nice. So how do you make commission as a coach, you guys? you make commission, 25% commission, 25 to 40% commission on everything you sell from your site. And also, as you continue to be a part of our team and you want to take it to that next level and start building a team, which, I was terrified to do that, you guys. I was like, that's not a leader. I don't want to build a team. That has become my favorite part of the business, okay? To be able to bring people onto our team and help them succeed in their financial goals. It's amazing, okay? So even if you're like, I don't know if I could build a team, we will help you. We're going to help you. We'll help your coaches be successful, okay? It's all kind of joined together, so you don't have to worry about anything. And you get something called the team cycle bonus when you start building a team. And we're not going to get into all of that. You can go on YouTube and type in, Beachbody team cycle bonus, and they'll kind of break down that if you want more details on that. Like I said before, you get 25% discount on all of the products. So if you're someone who's drinking Shakeology or using one of the performance lines, you're going to get 25% on that every single month, which is kind of a no-brainer if you're looking at it from a customer or a coach standpoint. Huge discount, you guys, especially if you measure that out for the year. So I think that's it, you guys. Make sure that you reach out to the coach that invited you onto this and express any other questions or concerns that you have. And just know that, coaching is one of those things that it could be whatever you're looking for in your life. Whether you want it to just be something fun and like side hobby, you have that choice. If you're someone who is a go-getter like me and you're like, I want this to be my full-time job and I want to change the world and be able to help all these people and pay off debt, you can do that too, okay? It's kind of cool with this business because the sky is the limit. Every time I think that everyone has done everything that they can in this business, you see a coach kind of go past that. The ceiling keeps going higher and higher and higher, which is really, really cool. Our next new coach training, we do a 1-week new coach training. It starts February 3rd, okay? The day before my 33rd birthday, which is so crazy. So if you are thinking about it, you'll have a couple weeks to get your footing down and comfortable with, everything before you hop into that 1-week training. Guys, I would love to have all of you guys on the team. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me as well. And let me read through the comments real quick.